Beneath our feet, the land remembers. In the shifting tides and silent thickets of Long Island's coastal marshes and dunes, ancient stories still speak, if you learn how to listen. Land Spirits is an ongoing fieldwork project rooted in animist observation, ancestral botanical research, and a practice I call Sketchbook Seiðr, a contemporary form of place-based divination using drawing, walking, and reverence as the tools of communication and communion, guided by both and reciprocity they offer. Native plants and migrant species, those carried here by wind, sea, or human hand, I follow the trails of healing, history. Through seasonal plein air sketchbooks, I invite you to walk with me, to notice, to remember, to rekindle relationship with the spirits of place. We whisper to the soil and listen for the reply, carried through fungi, feather, and forgotten root. This is a story about remembering, about drawing near to the land, quietly, reverently, about finding the threads that connect us to soil, to root, to history, about sketching what's been overlooked. This is Land Spirits. In Norse tradition, Seiðr was a practice of deep listening, shape-shifting, and seeing beyond the veil. It was carried by the volur, women who walked between worlds. In Sketchbook Seiðr, the pencil becomes a wand, the page becomes a portal, and the act of drawing becomes a conversation with place. To draw is to enter into relationship, to listen with your eyes, to honor what is present. Here, where the land meets the tide, the salt marshes and dunes speak. This is southern Long Island, ancestral land of the Rockaway, Merrick, Massapequa, Canarsie, and Munsee Lenape peoples. This coast has always been a threshold, shifting, resilient, and alive. Once filled with native grasses, milkweed, goldenrod, and boneset, these wetlands now hold a mix of the old and the introduced. Non-native plants like mugwort and phragmites, brought here by colonization, by accident, by longing. Spirits carried across the ocean in the pockets of settlers and sailors. Every plant has a story. Some speak of ancestral medicine, some of displacement. The soil itself is a library, layered with memory, mycelium, bones, and broken shell. The non-native plants are not intruders, but evidence of human hands, movement, trade, and trauma. And yet they bloom. They feed bees and birds. They form new relationships in this time, in this place. The mugwort growing in the marsh path is no less sacred than the seaside goldenrod. Both are shaped by longing, by history, by wind. Some came with ceremony, others came by accident. Tucked in linen hems, carried in horse feed, hidden in ballast soil, each carries a spirit. Each forms new relationships with pollinators, with fungi, and with you. The land spirits remind us we are all part of a changing ecology. We inherit a world in flux, and we shape it in turn. The land spirits are not static. They adapt, evolve, remember. They show us how ancient roots and new seeds coexist. They teach us that complexity is not disorder, it is survival. And they ask, what will you carry forward? What will you protect? What stories will you choose to hear? Our ancestors knew how each plant could nourish or heal, and in turn, they spread seeds with intention, shaping the land. This was reciprocity, relationship. We can remember. We know the monarchs need milkweed. We know the bees need native pollen. We know the water needs protection, and the marsh needs space to breathe. So plant where you can. Protect what still lives. Tend to the earth even in small ways, in sidewalk cracks, backyard corners, window boxes. Every act of care matters. And whisper to the soil, what is it you need? Send that message deep into the network of fungi and bones, into the old intelligence of the earth. The land listens, always. May you walk this land with listening in your bones. May you remember that even a single square of earth is holy, a place where healing begins. And may your hands know the gesture of care, the planting of seeds, the stillness that hears the whisper of the land. Plant for the monarchs, let the milkweed grow. Let the bees find pollen in your garden, your alleyway, your windowsill. Let the wild return where it can. Let every sketch, every question, every gesture be a bridge back to relationship. The land spirits are watching, the ancestors are remembering, and the future is listening. Land spirits is a prayer, a visual offering, a way to see the living world as more than backdrop, as collaborator, witness, and kin.